This is the Energy Shift Show podcast, where we talk about spirituality and how to live your best life today. All it takes is a shift in perception. Hello, beautiful souls. Deb here, and I'm so excited you're joining me for today's show. As CEO of the Harmonic Sovereignty Studio, my goal with the podcast is to motivate you by sharing insights and also take you along as I speak to knowledgeable people that I have found inspiring to me throughout my years as an energy medicine practitioner and intuitive guide. I cover topics that I'm passionate about, all things under my 3 pillars of attune, anchor, and amplify. Attune into your energy and your inner wisdom to gain clarity on what truly matters for your passion in life and your well-being. Anchoring grounds your insights with practical tools and daily rituals that support sustainable, soul-aligned growth. And amplifying, well, that elevates your impact and vitality by expanding your energy, sharing your gift, and creating lasting change from a place of alignment. Now listen up for this exciting episode to begin. I will read the disclaimer. This podcast and the topics discussed stem from my own curiosity and desire to learn and should never be taken as direct medical advice. I am not a doctor, dietitian, nor any other medical professional. Please always consult your trusted provider regarding your health and your wellness. Welcome back to the Energy Shift Show. I'm your host, Debbie Sodergren. This training 3 of 4 in our series on closing the gap between knowing and doing. In training 1, I told you about the gap, the space between seeing your leak clearly and actually doing something about it. In training 2, I shared with you what I built to close it, the self-paced Burnout-Proof Business Audit course. Since then, a lot of you have written in with the same honest question. What's actually inside it? So, fair question. You shouldn't say yes to something that you can't picture clearly. So thank you. Today, I'm going to walk you through it, model by model. I'm going to be specific. No vague language, no marketing gloss. So by the end of the episode, you should be able to picture exactly what your own weeks would look like inside this. There are 4 modules, and they build on each other in a specific order. The same order that I teach everything in Attune, Anchor, and Amplify. Model 1 is your energy drain map. This is the deepened version of what the mini assessment introduces you to. Instead of 5 to 10 minutes and a snapshot, you spend real time here, going through your business area by area until you can see specifically where your energy is actually leaking. Not a general sense of it, an actual map. Module 2 is your Realignment Blueprint. This is where the map becomes the plan. For each leak that you find, you build one clear, specific next step. Not a vague intention, an actual action sized for your real life. Module 3 is your leadership frequency profile. This one surprises people the most. It's not about your offer or your marketing. It's about how you actually show up in your own meetings, with your own team, with yourself, when no one else is watching. For a lot of women, this is where the real shift happens because it's the piece almost nobody else is teaching. Module 4 is your Burnout-Proof Business Blueprint. This is where everything comes together. Your map, your plan, your leadership work into one cohesive document. Something that you can actually return to for the rest of the year. Every time your business shifts, you get an understanding and you get to do this again. That's the whole structure. 4 modules, 1 honest sequence, moving you from a mirror to an actual plan that you can live inside. I want to say one more thing, why the order matters so much here. It would be tempting to jump straight to Module 4, to want to be finished with the blueprint immediately without doing the earlier work. But the blueprint, built without the honest map underneath it, isn't actually a plan. It's a guess dressed up to look like one. That's exactly the mistake that I made with the August cohort, offering the destination before anyone had walked the actual road. So, the modules build on each other for a reason. You can move at your own pace, but you can't skip the order because the order is the whole point. Let me show you what this actually looks like for one person from start to finish. I'm going to call her Priya. She came to a self-paced program after her mini assessment pointed at something in her client relationships. In Module 1, her energy drain map got specific fast. It wasn't clients in general. It was one particular kind of client, the ones who negotiated her price down every single time. She had 4 of them. In Module 2, her Realignment Blueprint turned that into one specific action step, a script for how she'd respond the next time that it happened. Because you all know that the universe keeps sending you the same people until you make a different choice. So the next time that this would happen, instead of freezing and caving the way she always had before, she had a script to help her stay on track. In Module 3, her leadership frequency profile showed her something underneath all of it. She associated holding her price with being difficult, a belief that she'd been carrying since long before she started her business. By Module 4, her blueprint held all of it, the pattern, the script, the belief underneath it, and a clear plan for what to do the next time that she felt that old instinct to cave. Now, fast forward 2 months. One of those 4 clients pushed back over the price again to re-up and work with her. Priya held it. The client, that's right, paid full price, and they stayed. I'll add one more briefly because it shows the modules working differently for someone with a completely different leak. A listener, I'll call Donna, went through Module 1 expecting to find something about her marketing. Instead, her map pointed at her calendar, specifically the fact that she never once protected a single hour for actual strategic thinking. Every hour was reactive. Her realignment blueprint held one simple change: 90 protected minutes twice a week. Small? Okay. Almost embarrassingly small. But 6 weeks later, she told me it was the first structural change in her business in 2 years that had actually stuck and made a huge difference. So now you know exactly what's inside the Burnout-Proof Business Audit course. Self-paced is now open at harmonicsovereignty.com. 4 modules, 1 clear sequence, direct access to me along the way. No group, no fixed schedule, no waiting for a start date. If you've been waiting to hear exactly what you'd be walking through before you said yes, now you have it. I know a module breakdown on a podcast isn't the same as reading it on the page. So, the full detail is there also, written out so that you can read it in your own pace at harmonicsovereignty.com. anytime that you want to go back and read through it. Next time, in Training 4, I'm going to answer some of the questions that I hear most often. The ones about time, about whether this actually works, about what happens if it's not the right fit. If you've got a question of your own, write it in before next week's show, and I'll be sure to answer it on the show. You don't have to guess anymore about what this actually is. It's 4 modules, 1 honest sequence, and a real plan waiting on the other side of it. And if something I described today made you think of your own leak, hold on to that. Don't let it quietly fade before you've had a chance to act on it. So, if you enjoyed this episode, please like it and share it with a friend, someone that you think it would be helpful for. All right, until next time, bye for now. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you enjoyed this episode and it aligned with your frequency and the goal of living your best life, you can connect with me at harmonicsovereignty.com or debbiesodegren.com. Check out my YouTube channel, Debbie Sodegren. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Harmonic Sovereignty Studio. I invite you to send me your questions or comments or just say hello on social media or email me at debbiesodegren@gmail.com. And remember, a shift in perception is sometimes all it takes for you